Thank you, and thank you all Nordic partners. It's really great to see you here. So my focus is on really on the cooperation, how we can do it and how we should do it and how to go forward. We have been going through basically these topics where we have the water knowledge in the Nordic countries. And all these elements are definitely needed if we want to have sustainable solutions. And from these topics we can very easily find the way forward. We can do it in the education, we can do it in the technology. It's just to select, and basically we can do it in all of these topics. But what are we doing, the Finnish Water Forum? Of course, we are looking forward to find the ways to go forward with the Nordic cooperation, but we are also conducting a study commissioned by the Ministry for Foreign Affairs on this Nordic cooperation and really mapping what kind of cooperation exists, identifying the new possibilities and also going through what kind of bottlenecks we have in there. But how could we go out from the Nordics and how should we utilize the know-how? We had the study that we are doing, and in the study one of the milestones has been that we had a workshop with all the 5 countries from Nordic and also the 3 independent regions, autonomous regions. And this was already a milestone because we had all the regions represented in our workshop just over a month ago. And it was really nice to see that we have the willingness and commitment. And basically the following slides are from this workshop and the message from all the countries, not only Finland but from all the Nordic countries from the water sector. So we definitely have expertise. We have the national focal points. We have the Finnish Water Forum in Finland. We have the Danish Water Forum in Denmark. We have the Swedish International Water Institute and Swedish Water House in Sweden. And there is definitely interest in Iceland and in Norway to have focal points and networks. There is willingness and commitment in all of these countries. There is existing cooperation. For example, the water utilities associations are doing cooperation. Then also the water sector development professionals in the ministries of foreign affairs, they are having cooperation. Then there are plenty of ideas how to go forward with this cooperation and definitely how to solve these bottlenecks and challenges. So basically one of the things is that we can do the cooperation within the Nordic countries. We can have benchmarking, we can do networking and that kind of things like is ongoing. But then we have definitely opportunities outside the Nordic countries. For example, in the developing countries, we can expert our expertise and knowledge and do policy influencing. So what is needed? How can we achieve this? We definitely need a structure. It doesn't mean that we need a really massive organization to do this. We have the national focal points and national organizations, but to have a platform where we can share information and link partners and opportunities. This is definitely what we need. We need resourcing. We need resourcing for this platform, but we also need resourcing funding mechanisms to start these joint projects. Like we heard from the private sector comment that it needs to be attractive. The Nordic cooperation needs to be also attractive and it must be also financially feasible. So we need some seed money for that also. Then we need, and actually what I've heard already from the ministers and ambassadors, that there is the strong commitment. But it would be really good to have a declaration at the end of this year where we are highlighting this commitment. And I know that from the different Nordic countries there will be messages coming to ministers to go towards this. But why should we do this? By facilitating this cooperation, of course we are strengthening the cooperation in other fields, but we are also supporting to achieve the SDGs globally. It's also leading to jobs and well-being in Nordic countries and also in the partner countries. And this picture is something I copied from the idea from a person we met a few weeks ago from the Ministerial Council from Copenhagen. He showed a picture where there was results from the bioeconomy. There is Nordic seed funding put in on the bioeconomy, and it really has increased the joint projects and the money and the financial benefits by just having small seed funding. And this is, I think, something that we should really see, that we have the Nordic seed funding so that it's enabling the cooperation. We have the national funding for Finnish organizations. We have the Swedish, the same thing, but there is no such a thing which would really put the Nordic countries together. We have our joint Nordic financial or funding institutions, but let's utilize them more to get the seed funding and growth also for the water sector. And that's basically the message from the workshop from all the Nordic sisters. Thank you very much.